Hello, everybody. Welcome to my mobile office. I've been going live a lot lately, but I'm trying it out. It's something that is a little out of my comfort zone, and I'm trying to make it inside my comfort zone. Anyways, the title of this live stream is "Why is asking for help so hard?" And I'm genuinely asking this question for myself, and I would love feedback from you guys. I'm having to do a lot of it right now, and it feels icky. Even though there's something in return. Um, I'm not just like walking around with my hand out. People get something in return, but what it is it's asking for help for me. I have no problem asking for help for somebody else. I have no problem lending a hand or being of assistance to other people. And but when I need help myself, it feels very weird to ask it, especially if it's asking someone in particular. So going on a live stream and saying, like, yada, 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 this is what's going on with me. This is what's new and exciting. And would you help me out? That's one thing. That still sucks. But I can do that. But what I've been doing is reaching out to my loved ones and to friends and colleagues, and number one, just catching up with them. Number two, a lot of them have really been supportive, and I want to individually thank them for their support in the campaign. And number three, I'm asking if they would support me in this campaign. And that is so hard for me because I don't want to ask them. I need their help, but I don't want to ask them because I don't want to be a burden. I don't want to make it weird. Like, but by I think what's the crux of this is by not wanting to make it weird, we make it weird. Like if we're just like, okay, you know what I mean? Like it's or leave the door open and say like, and if you can't, no big deal. Like it's totally fine. Or these are these other ways that you could support me, like sharing this video. If you're watching this video on replay or live, share this video. Or share the video where I talk about the campaign starting, and then tell a little bit about me and how you know me and why I'm a badass and why I'm amazing and why this book is important and why you're excited about this book. um but it's so difficult sometimes because it's personal, because we are wired to not be selfish, and it feels selfish to ask something of somebody else. The best illustration I can give of this is um in my husband's culture. He's Mexican. So there's this thing where like you go to somebody's house, like everybody always asks here, like, oh, do you want something to drink? Can I offer you a water or a beverage? And we are trained to say no because we do not want to make that person work. We don't want to be a burden to them. So we are trained to say no. Well, when I first started dating my husband and we would go to people's houses, they would always ask me if I wanted to eat. And I'm like, oh God, like, no, especially not that. Like, they weren't in the kitchen. They didn't have like food already percolating. Like, they were wanting to go and actually make me something to eat. Hi there, whoever's watching. I appreciate you. um, so what I would always say, of course, is no. I would say, and we went to this one particular cousin in in general, and the wife would say, like, oh, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Can I make you something to eat? And I would say, no. Oh, it's Ismael. Is my husband. I'm talking about you, babe. Um, so when I would go there, I would say no. And that's because I didn't want to cause her to have to do any work. And when I did it like the second or the third time, he was like, this one that just commented was like, yeah, that's going to be the last time that you tell her no. Like, even if you're still hungry, you need to say yes. And I was like, why? Like, I don't want to make her work to feed me when she's not even cooking. And he said, and he explained that if you say no, she feels like I'm saying I'm too good for her food because she genuinely wants to feed me. She genuinely wants to be a hostess and be of service and be helpful to me. And when I say no, I'm not letting her do that. And so now I know, first of all, if we're going over to his family's house, eat light that whole day because there's going to be food and I'm going to need to eat. Even if I am full, make room, make some, like make some room in there. Um, but also it caused me to think about this, to like this process of, I get so much joy from helping other people. Why wouldn't other people get joy from helping me? And my mom has the saying that she always says, and that is, don't rob my joy. And that shuts you up right quick, because if you are trying to refuse something that somebody's trying to help you and they say, don't rob my joy, then that means not only are you taking something away from them, but you are doing something against them. So feel free to steal that Janiceism, don't rob my joy. But I've mentioned it before and I'll say it again, is like one of the things that I love about my husband is that he senses what I need, or even just knows intrinsically more than I do what I need. Like, he's like, you haven't eaten in 6 hours, you need to eat a food. Um and he helps me in that way. And so that is, because he knows that for me to ask for help is excruciating. I don't like it. Like, for example, I have to go to FedEx. And so sometimes I'll need to ask him to do that, but I'll just like torture myself over it because I'm like, I don't want to ask him to do it because what if he's doing something, or what if he's comfortable and then I'm asking him to do that? In all actuality, like, he likes to help me out. So it's not a big deal for me to say, like, hey, can you go to FedEx and drop this off? Because if he is busy or comfortable or one of those things, he'll just say, actually, I'd love to, but I can't because X, Y, or Z. So, what I'm trying to say is, you're robbing yourself of opportunities by not asking for help because we are afraid of rejection or feeling weird, or all those things. But we need to get comfortable with the uncomfortable. I have personally asked people for just to back this campaign and to support me in this pre-order campaign, and they would not have participated. They would have just let it slide by, but they're like, oh God, yeah, of course, sure, no problem. And they hop over and they pre-order a signed paperback. If I had not asked for that support, it would not have happened. And I think that's a true lesson that we need to look at in living as a community and living as family, is like, make it safe to ask for help, but also make it safe to say no. Like, it doesn't actually mean a rejection just because somebody says no. Unless my husband tells me no and then it's a rejection and then we're going to talk about it later. Just kidding, babe. Not kidding. But I think what I'm trying to say is, even though it's uncomfortable, I'm trying to evaluate, how can I do this in a way that is more comfortable? And think about the different ways that you can do that. Maybe for me, what I'm finding is that email and text message feels very impersonal, and I don't like that, because what if they think that I just want to talk to them for money? And that's not true. Like, I actually care about them as a person. And this is a reminder for me that I haven't talked to them in a long time. So, for example, I just sent a voice clip to somebody who's a comadre of mine, and her son is my godson, and I haven't seen him in years. He's my godson, and we live in the same town, and I haven't seen him in years. And so I sent her a voice clip and I said, "Hey, thank you for posting pictures of your son on Facebook because been so wonderful to see him grow into the young man that he's becoming. And I miss you, and it's been a long time, and I'm sorry that it's been a long time." And then I said, "Hey, I need help too with this thing. Would you feel comfortable supporting me in this way?" And if she says no, I still love her. I still meant every word of what I said. And it's okay. If she doesn't say anything, I'm okay with that. What I'm not okay with at this point, and this is as of 48 hours ago, is not asking. Not asking. If I ask you for support in this campaign, it means that you're important to me. So just know that I care about you. Um I care about you. I appreciate is the word that's escaping me. I appreciate your support in liking and loving the posts and sharing things. If you aren't able to financially back the campaign, will you just share a post and say something about about me, about the campaign? That helps immensely, and encourage people to pre-order a book, because successful as fuck is for everyone. Even if you don't like to swear, I would propose that it is for you too, because the book itself isn't actually full of swear words. There are some peppered in there. The title is intended to be provocative, and also I like to swear, so that's kind of like in line with my brand. But it's intended to be provocative and to make people stop and look at it. But the story is universal. It's about um feeling successful even though you mess up. It's about allowing yourself to embrace the failures that you've done and still being okay, still being able to achieve, still being able to feel your wins, and to define things for yourself. Like, stop letting other people say, "Oh, you need to make six figures. Oh, you need to make $1 million. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do that." Why? Why? No, you decide. You decide what is success for you, not somebody else. If that is what you decide is success, then awesome. But if that is not what you decide, then not awesome. Don't go off of somebody else's um ideas of what success looks like. I feel like there's a person out there. I feel like they're afraid that I'm filming that direction, but I'm not. I'm filming me. Um so lost my train of thought. The point of what I'm trying to say is there are ways to engage with this campaign without sharing if you're afraid that it will be offensive to people. You can buy an ebook and never read it. I'll never know. You can buy a copy of the book and give it to somebody else. Just tell me who it's going to. I will ship it to them directly. I will hand write their name and sign the book for them and give it an autograph. That sounds funny. Autograph. Um, if you know somebody who's lovely but slightly offensive, this book is for them. And yeah, so even if it's not for you, please don't feel like you can't engage in this campaign. There's so many fun things that we're going to do. You get to help me with the book cover. You get to be in on the inside track on some of these behind the scenes things. You get to also be in the book in the acknowledgement section. And I can't say it enough that, number one, for those who the response, if you've seen the page, you guys, I'm at 75% funded for my minimum goal, and I am 10 days in. That's unprecedented, like crazy sauce. That is amazing. But that does not mean that this is done. That is my minimum goal. That is like, oh, you get to publish. I'm accepted to publish, but if I don't raise the funds by pre-orders, then I have to come up with the money out of pocket, which I will do and be happy about it. But I would rather share this process with other people and have them um be partners is the word I'm looking for. Partners with me in this process. So I guess what I'm trying to say is please visit successful-af.com. Please consider backing this book. The pre-order campaign is very important. The message is very important. It's going to change lives. I know that sounds dramatic, and I know that it sounds self-serving because I wrote the book, but I'm really, really putting all of myself on the line to create a channel for other people to see themselves in a real way. And I'm trying to be exceptionally vulnerable with the intention not to be salacious and although I joke about being like the juicy goss and all that kind of stuff, that's really not the point. The point is I want people to see that you can screw up and it ends up okay. I have a beautiful life. It has been probably never that I've been able to embrace that beautiful life. And there are days where I can't embrace that beautiful life because I have depression. The days that I can, like today, I want to embrace it fully. If me saying that out loud, of me being honest about the fact that I have a beautiful life and I can't fully appreciate it because I have depression, if that helps somebody else to say, "Oh shit, okay, I'm normal." Like that's okay. Like that doesn't make me a bad person. No, it doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you normal. And we need to normalize these conversations. And so that's why I say this book is so important to talk about these things and to reach people who may not be in the place yet where they're able to share their own story. So please go to successful-af.com, back the pre-order, get your signed paperback, get in on the author community. There's an ebook there. There's all sorts of bundles and fun things. Check out the badass bundle. That one's fun. That one has the mug that says I am successful as fuck. There's the Solange package and the Beyonce package. You want the Beyonce package because who doesn't want to be like Beyonce? Even my husband probably wants to be like Beyonce because then he is royalty. And so thank you to everyone from the bottom of my heart. Again, I'm going to be reaching out to you. And you don't owe me anything. You don't owe me anything at all. But I care about you enough to include you in my life. And I want to give you the opportunity to show up for me in this time of need. And it is a time of need. It may not be dire, it may not be like life and death, but this is something that I've dreamed about doing for decades. So many decades I have dreamed about writing a book, and I did it. And I'm proud of it, and I love it, and I cannot wait to get my hands back on it because I don't get to touch it until the end of the campaign, and then we go into revisions. I can't wait to get back into it and to refine it and to make it even better for you guys. So just know there is no pressure, but I'm asking you because I care enough about you and about me to put myself in an uncomfortable spot so that you have the opportunity to show up for me in that way. And if you cannot, okay, I understand. It's not a problem because it should be safe for you to say no. It should be safe for you to say, I can't at this time or I don't care to. but also know that there are other options. If you want to support, but the material feels offensive or it's not aligned with who you are, you can purchase a paperback and send it to somebody else. You can purchase an ebook, or you can even, I mean, you guys, my mom donated $100 and just donated it. And she just donated it. So you don't have to do $100, although I'm not gonna say no. But you could just donate the money if you wanted to do that. If you wanted to support me, but you're not interested in the content of the book. Any way you look at it, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing my content. I'm going to be showing up on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, freaking everywhere. Clubhouse. I haven't been on Clubhouse in a minute, and I've been all over Clubhouse. So thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I appreciate you. I'm going to continue to reach out to people. Emily, see, okay, here we go. I was going to wrap, but nope, Em dropped the comment. Here's the thing. Emily, my dear sweet Emily Lujan, who has been my best friend since the 8th grade. Well, no, technically 7th, because it was July 4th between 7th and 8th grade. I think it was 1991. Oh my God, Emily, our friendship is 31 years old. Oh, okay. Well, not quite. 30, our friendship is 30 years old. It's a millennial. Oh God. Okay, here's the thing. Emily is LDS, and she still is interested in the content, because even though she doesn't swear, even though she doesn't she is aligned differently when it comes to language in that way, she understands that having this conversation about how we measure our achievement and how we feel about worthiness and where's the line of being enough? Where is that line? That's universal. That, I know, 30 years, millennial friendship we have. So that's the thing, is like, where is the line of saying, okay, that's enough, now I'm successful. That's enough, now I'm successful. No. Society would have you say, you achieve that, okay, what else? What's next? I mean, look at what we do to people when they're dating. Like, my daughter has been dating her boyfriend for the line I struggle to ever see. Exactly. My daughter's been dating her boyfriend for 6 years. And some people are like, dude, when are you going to get engaged? She's like, I'm 23. Like, no. And once you get engaged, they're like, when's the wedding? And once you have the wedding, then they're like, when are you going to have a baby? And legit, straight up, people came to see me in the hospital all 3 times I had my kids and said, when are you going to have another baby? And I'm like, I just had one. And there's this weird phenomenon, because I had 3 girls, that they would say, like, when are you going to try for the boy? And like, why is my daughter not enough for you? Like, of course I would love to. I'm like, I just tried for the boy and I got a girl, and that's amazing. And she's like, that's why I'm in my mobile office right now. She's in her theater program. She's in rehearsing for Into the Woods, which she's in the local community theater here. And so here's an example, right, of how it's never enough. Like, oh, you have to be engaged. Oh, you have to be married. Oh, you have to have a baby. Oh, you have to have another baby. Oh, you need to try for the other gender or another gender. I should be so lucky as to have a baby and then have them be non-binary. That would be fine with me. So, like, the same thing happens with money. The same thing happens with career. It's never enough. Education. I mean, I graduated from college, which took me an eon to get to. And by the time I graduated, I literally walked out of the ceremony and I was like, I need to get a master's. I need to get a master's because I don't know who I am if I'm not a student. And then I thought maybe I should get a PhD too. I don't need a PhD. And really, to be honest, I don't need a master's. I don't have a master's and I don't miss it. It's okay. That's not for this season of life. It might be for another season of life. But people will ask me, are you going to get your MBA? What's it to you? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a human being. I am a mom. I like have all these other things. But what is it about everybody else that they have to have these opinions of what is success? And like, why does it keep moving? Like, if you got engaged, then why do you care if I get married? And if I got married, why do you care if I have a baby? Like, I think it's just something that we say, but it puts this pressure on us to move that milepost over and over and over again. And that is dangerous. It's dangerous to do that because then you never embrace what is success to you. You never embrace what is success to you. And we need to slow down like a lot. And by we, I mean me and everybody. Yes, love this so much. Finding that moment where I decided to step in my career was no longer what I wanted. Yes, yes. I'm also in the same boat. Stepping back. Step back. Step the frick back, guys. It's okay to embrace your life. Embrace your life. Be who you want to be. Who the frick cares about the trajectory of what society says is true? Embrace what you want. If you don't know what you want, take a second. I actually said this I did this exercise because I have this friend who manifested moving to Hawaii, and she knows who she is. She'll see this. She knows who she is. And I was like, I need a little manifestation magic. Like, I need you to like rub through the phone your magic. And she's like, well, what do you want? And I was like, I don't know. She's like, how do you expect to manifest what you don't know? And I was like, oh my God. And she's like, you need to figure out what you want. And she goes, you need to sit down and write a brain dump of everything that you want. And I literally filled 2 full notebook pages and I'm not done. And I went to the granular level of what I wanted. And I need to go back and I need to like start weeding through things, because how are we supposed to manifest or reach for or do those things if we don't even know what they are? And so all I'm saying is asking for help is not the devil. Getting rejected is not the devil. Like, it is okay for people to say no, and it's not personal. And if they make it personal, that says a lot about them and not a lot about you. You can ask for help. Just don't make it weird. Don't be weird, because that's what makes it weird. It's when we feel weird and then we just put out this energy of like, can you give me your money? Don't do that. Or can you do this thing for me? Don't do that. Just state what you need. And if you're like me, just say, hey, I feel weird about this. So forgive me if it comes out weird, but this is what I need help for. Totally okay if it's not in the realm of what you can do or what you feel like. But I'm practicing asking for what I need, and this is what I need. Would you support me in that? And that, my friends, is how you ask for help. And, I think that it is a muscle that we don't exercise correctly. And then we blow up because we don't say what we need. So that's what I got for today. I was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. I just think that it's a conversation that we need to start having. And I also just wanted to say, like, I may reach out to you. I may ask you for additional support in whatever way. And if I do, it's an honor. It means I trust you. It means that I care about you. It means that you count to me. It doesn't mean if I don't reach out to you, it doesn't mean you don't count. It just means I ran out of time, and or I may not have felt like we're close enough where I can ask you for help. And maybe that's an opportunity for us to develop a better and closer relationship. So I'm going to try to reach out to as many people as possible, but time is limited and I do need help. So if you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay, please go to successful-af.com, read all about it, watch the awesome video that's there. It is awesome. It is professionally done by my publisher, New Degree Press. And look at the different options that are there. There's a lot of really fun stuff, and there's a ton of benefits to being in the author community. So I just thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thanks for being on this journey with me, because it's weird for me too. I don't like it at all. I don't think I'm ever going to like asking for help. I like being independent. I like being able to do it for myself, and I don't like to ask for help, which again is probably why my marriage works so well, because I don't usually have to ask him. He just intrinsically knows what I need and he does it, and it's amazing. And I'm very, very blessed to have had 25 years with somebody who knows and loves me that way. But it's also good to ask for help in a way that's not bitter or angry or weird. Anyways, I love you guys so much, and I hope that you have an amazing day, evening, whatever it is, 4:05 Pacific Standard Time right now. I'm going to keep reaching out to you. If you're like, you know what, hey, I can't support the campaign, but let's catch up. I can't support the campaign, but I'll share your post. I can't support your campaign, but I can comment and like on your posts. You know what I mean? Like, all of these are awesome ways to support me, even if you can't or don't care to support my campaign. Or I can't afford a $15 ebook, but I'll make a $5 contribution. Whatever you have inside of you to love on me, I accept it. I am literally one paperback away from crossing the $5,000 mark. And that is why I have been frantically messaging people, because I really, really, really want to cross that line today. And so I have a long way to go to meet my ultimate goal. And I want the time to be able to really reach out and make connections with people. And so thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for this conversation. I think it's so important. I really appreciate your thought about stepping down, because I think that is truly the step up sometimes to your life goals. And we have a hard time embracing that because it goes against what the grain says that we're supposed to do. And you have to evaluate what your life goal is. You have to evaluate what is right for you and then act accordingly. So good for you. And I'm so glad. And I've seen a difference in the way that you show up, and you are so much happier. And I love that. I also love Ammon. Tell him I said hi. And for my husband, I learn from you every day, and I love you. And I don't want to cry. But I appreciate the fact that you help me when I can't ask for help. And I hope for everyone that you have somebody like that will show up for you when you can't ask for help, but you need it. Or you don't know that you need help, but they see that you do. So I promised I wouldn't cry. No crying. Anyways, thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. And thanks for hanging out with me. If you watch this on the replay, please comment replay so I know that I can come back and give you some love. I'd love your thoughts. How do you get over this weirdness of asking for help? I want to continue the conversation. I definitely want to take your advice. I want to hear, oh, Ammon, see? Ammon is cooking her dinner. Okay, let me see if I can add the link. Hold on just a second. Shoot, post comment. So my best friend's husband, Ammon Lujan, is cooking her dinner right now because that is how she needs help and how she feels loved. Sorry, I'm adding the link. One moment. Um, and that there we go. That is how we show up for each other is doing the things that are the little things that make sense and doing the things that how we receive love. And it goes beyond love languages, guys. But it should be safe for us to do that. It should be safe to say no. It should be safe to find other solutions. And if somebody asks you, overtly asks you for help, find a way to help them. Even if you can't help them in the way that they are asking. If it is financial and you can't afford to financially support them, find a way to help them. Support their content. Tell somebody about it. Volunteer something. Like maybe you could make something for what they're doing. Maybe you could be a listening ear. Maybe you could do a lot of things. Like there's a lot of things that are free. But find a way to support them because it is challenging for everyone to ask for help. And so being able to do so in a way that is supportive is so important. So that's what I got for this channel today. I've been hanging out on Clubhouse. So for those of you who don't know what Clubhouse is, it is an audio only social media um channel. It's awesome because it has like rooms where you can have discussions like this, but there's no video, it's just sound. So sometimes you don't want to like sometimes I'm not like this, which usually I'll just hop on video anyways, even if I'm not like this. But sometimes you just want to be in your PJs or like, I don't know, in your underwear, like eating cereal, but you still want to have a cool discussion with people about different topics. That's what Clubhouse is all about. If you need more information about it, if you want help using it, if you want to know when I'm going live in there, let me know. And I would love to have you come over there too. It's just been really fun. It's been something different for me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you all. And I'll see you when I ask you for help. All right. Bye, guys.